Okay, we are looking at one of these like sort of real world proportion problems. Um, they've drawn out this scenario and they're telling us here a person is 5 feet tall, right? So that's this person right here. They're 5 feet tall. They cast a shadow that is 4 feet. Okay, so that's this little piece right here. It means the sun is somewhere up over in this area, right? And then let's see, we got it next to a tree. Now the tree, we do not know how tall it is. It's just saying standing next to a tree, standing next to a tree. That's an unknown height. That's what we're trying to figure out. And it's labeled here with a question mark. But we do know that the shadow is 10 feet. So the shadow here is 10 feet. Now this does create a situation with similar triangles, right? We have the person standing up at a right angle. It's 5, it's 4. The angle coming down from the sun. And then we have the tree, an unknown height, 10-foot shadow, right angle. The angle coming down from the sun is the same. The angle of the sun isn't going to change. So these are definitely similar via angle similarity. And because they are similar, we can write proportions, which is one of the things it asks us to do. It asks us to write a proportion. Proportion are the two equivalent ratios, and we use these to set up problems that we can actually solve. Okay, so we're going to do like this 5 corresponds to the height of the tree. It's the height of the person, it's the height of the tree. I'm going to do 5 over x. Now I went from the person to the tree, so I got to do the same thing here with the shadow. It's going to be 4 to 10. 4 to 10. That allows me to set up a proportion and solve. By the way, that is not the only correct proportion that you could set up. You could also do like 5 corresponds to the 4, right? The person to its shadow in the same way that the tree corresponds to its shadow. That would be another correct proportion. But if you notice, the crosses are going to be the same. So this is going to have 5 times 10, and this is going to have 4 times x, and we get the same thing over here, 5 times 10 and x times 4. So if you set up a slightly different proportion, but you're getting the same crosses, what you set up likely works just fine. So we're going to do 5 times 10, which is 50, x times 4, I'm going to write that as 4x. Now I just need to solve for x, so I'll divide by 4, and I don't think 4 actually goes evenly into 50. I think we're going to get a decimal here. Clear that off, 50 divided by 4. 12.5. 12.5 is x. So we're asked to write the height of the tree. So that is 12 and a half. And it looks like my units are feet. So 12.5 feet. That's going to be my final answer. So it's important that we can go from this diagram to recognize that there are two similar triangles, to set up the proportion, to use cross products to solve, to get our final answer. Hope that's helpful. Message me anytime with questions.